I was about 14 and I did an armed robbery with my uncle. I was in and out of jail for about 9 years. No, I never thought I'd be an actor. My dad was a hard-working man. You know, I mean, he worked from, he was one of those guys that worked from sun up to sundown, you know, and then he'd come home and work on the house, you know, and I just, and he was always, you know, never enough money. There was, you know, just. So I remember he used to take me to work with him, and there's got to be an easier way, you know. And I had one uncle, my Uncle Gilbert, you know, and he just kind of smoked weed and didn't care. You know? So I kind of liked, you know, me and him. He was my dad's younger brother, so me and him got together. And when my uncle was first trying to teach me how to do robberies, he handed me this huge 45, Army 45. And he said, "Here, now, pretend you're robbing me." So I pointed the gun at him. You know, "Give me money." And he just kind of said, "You sound like a bitch," you know. So, and then we just went over it, and he had me in the mirror pointing, "Give me the money, give me the money." So this guy named Iron Jaw Jimmy Jimenez, who later I was in San Quentin with, just gave me a sawed-off shotgun. He said, "Here, just use this." And that seemed, you didn't have to say anything. You know, you kind of put a sawed-off shotgun in somebody's face, they kind of tend to know what you want, you know, so. Yeah, no, we did a robbery every chance we got. I mean, sometimes if you were giving my uncle a ride somewhere, and he said, "Stop here, I want to get some cigarettes," and all of a sudden he'd come back out and say, "Come on, hurry, let's go." You know, he just did a robbery, so you don't want to. I thought everybody grew up like that, you know. I was into drugs real early. I was into criminality real early, you know, and that's what my uncle did, and that was my mentor, you know. The sad part is sometimes you don't know whether you're doing armed robberies to support your drug habit or drugs to support your armed robbery habit. As far as prisons goes, I've been in every prison in the state of California that was built while I was committing crimes. I mean, San Quentin, Folsom, Soledad, Vacaville, Susanville, Sierra, Tracy, YTS, Youth Authority, and Chino. I came out of prison, and I knew that I was either going to have to dedicate my life to helping other people, or I was going to spend the rest of my life sitting in prison. And that's what I did. I became a drug counselor, and I was working with a lot of people and trying to help them stay off of drugs and alcohol. And one of the kids that I was working with one night about 11 o'clock called me up and asked me if I'd please come down and just support him because there was a lot of drugs at his job. I said, "Yeah, that's what I do." And so I went down to support him. I thought it was a regular job. You know, I thought we were going to sit in the parking lot, drink coffee, and smoke cigarettes, and then he was going to go in after break, and everybody was going to think we were gay, you know. And it wasn't. It was the movie set of a movie called Runaway Train with John Voight and Eric Roberts. I walked onto that movie set. I thought it was the cutest thing I'd ever seen because I seen all these guys from Westwood and Brentwood and Bel Air, and they were all dressed like convicts, and they were trying to be hard. It was funny, and they had all these fake tattoos. And I kept smearing, like, "Oh, I'm sorry, that smears," you know. And this guy asked me if you want to be in this movie, and I said, "What do I got to do?" He says, "Do you want to be an extra?" I said, "An extra what?" He says, "Can you act like a convict?" And when he said that, I like, I'll give it a shot. You know, it's funny. I'm Folsom, San Quentin, and they gave me those blue pants, and I put them on, and then they gave me a shirt, and I took off my shirt. When I took off my shirt, I have that big tattoo on my chest, and that tattoo, anybody that knows anything about tattoos knows that it's a prison tattoo. It doesn't say "I love America." It doesn't say, "Mom." No, that's a penitentiary. So this guy comes over and he says, "Hey, you're Danny Trejo." I said, "Yeah." He said, "Danny, I saw you win the lightweight and the welterweight title up in San Quentin." I said, "Yeah." I said, "You're Eddie Bunker." And he says, "Yeah." And I said, "What are you doing here, Eddie?" Eddie was a writer. He said, "I wrote the screenplay to Runaway Train." He said, "Do you want a job?" I says, "I got one. They're going to give me $50 for acting like a convict." And he says, "No, we need somebody to train one of the actors how to box." And I said, "What's it pay?" And he said, $320 a day. I said, "How bad do you want this guy beat up?" You know, I figured $320, they want me to kick somebody's ass. You know, I said, shit, I'd fight Godzilla for $50. And he said, no, you got to be real careful because this actor's real high-strung. He might sock you. He's already socked a couple of... I says, for $320, give him a stick. You know, are you crazy? You know, and I started training Eric Roberts how to box. I think when Andre Kozlowski finally yelled action on the first time that I was going to shoot a scene, I think when he yelled action, I honestly believe that I got the same adrenaline rush as a robbery. Just a boom, like total control. It was unreal. Bang, I said, I can do this. And then we just did it, and it was like unreal. You know, and I've been on different movies and life experiences. I remember one director says, "Danny, I want you to kick in this door." And he gave me a sawed-off shotgun. "I want you to kick in this door, and I want you to take everybody hostage." And I said, "Okay." And he said, "Now, there's some stunt people that are going to, you know, I want it to look real." So I did, and I hit one person. I put a gun on them. Cut, break. Oh, God. "Where did you study?" I said, "Vaughn, Safeway, Thrifties, you know, Bank of America, just all the places I studied, you know." So when I was 13, I didn't think I was going to make 15, you know. So it wasn't like, you know, armed robbers don't have a long lifespan. And with the kind of stuff that we were doing and the friends that we had, lost a lot of friends. So you kind of don't have like a lot of, you know, maybe I'll be a fireman when I grow up. You know, so there wasn't a lot of hope. No, I never thought I'd be an actor. You know? I didn't think I'd be alive. You know?